My parents refused to let me propose because my younger sister was still unmarried. So I cut contact with them, got married without their blessing, and later found out she had lied about everything. Hi everyone. This might be long, but I need to get it off my chest because sometimes I genuinely feel like my family lives on another planet. I'm 32, and I work in cybersecurity consulting. It's not flashy, but it pays well enough for a comfortable life. I've been with my girlfriend, now my wife Bianca, for about 3 years. She owns her own legal consulting firm. She's sharp, driven, direct, and doesn't tolerate nonsense. Honestly, she has more backbone than most people I know. My parents have never liked that about her. For the past year, I'd been thinking about proposing. Nothing dramatic or over the top. We're not big on grand gestures. I just wanted it to be meaningful. I kept remembering something my grandmother once told me. She said that when I found the person I wanted to marry, I could have one of her rings. She wasn't sentimental in a showy way, but when she said something, she meant it. After she passed, all her jewelry went to my mother. My mom and I were never especially close. In our family, favoritism was never subtle. My younger sister, Delaney, has always been the center of gravity. If she wanted something, she got it. If I wanted something, I had to justify why I deserved it. Even then, the answer was usually maybe later. Delaney totaled her brand new car at 20 and had another one within weeks. I bought a used sedan and paid for half of it myself. She dropped out of college twice and went to Bali to find herself with my parents' money. I worked part-time, earned good grades, and was told they couldn't help me with my certification exam fees. Over time, that kind of thing builds resentment. Still, I went to my parents' house and told my mom I was planning to propose to Bianca. I asked if I could look at grandma's rings. I even said I'd take one of the simpler ones. Nothing extravagant, just something meaningful. She didn't hesitate. She said it wasn't a good time, because Delaney wasn't engaged yet. I honestly thought she was joking. She wasn't. My dad stepped in and said Delaney had been having a hard time being single and that I should be more considerate. My mom insisted my sister was seeing someone, even though no one had met him. According to them, it would be unfair for me to move forward before Delaney had her moment. I left without yelling. I just understood something clearly for the first time. In their world, everything revolved around Delaney's feelings. The next morning, I went to a local jeweler and bought a ring myself. Simple, elegant, personal. It felt right. It was never about money. I could afford it. I just wanted to honor my grandmother's words. But apparently even that had to wait for my sister's approval. On Bianca's birthday, I made her favorite breakfast and kept it low-key. No speech. No theatrics. I just placed the ring box in front of her and asked, "Will you marry me?" She smiled and said yes like she'd been expecting it all along. Her family reacted with pure joy. No guilt. No weird comments. Just support. It honestly made me emotional. When I told my parents, my mom said, "That's disappointing." My dad called me selfish. They said I should have waited because Delaney was serious about someone. I didn't argue. I just told them the wedding would be in 6 months and they were welcome to come if they wanted. We eventually decided to have a drama-free wedding. That meant removing them from the guest list. A couple of days later, they showed up at our apartment unannounced. My mom tried guilt. My dad tried reason. Delaney stood there quietly, almost smug. For once, I didn't back down. I told them if my happiness humiliated her, that wasn't my problem. Then I closed the door. Soon after, Delaney posted a photo online of her hand holding some mystery man's hand across a candlelit table. No tag, no name, just a caption about my person. My mom reshared it, celebrating how happy she was for her. Then came the baby shower announcement, scheduled for the exact same weekend as our wedding. No ultrasound, no public boyfriend, no explanation, just a pastel graphic and an event page filled with expensive registry items. People were congratulating her like this was unquestionable fact. Meanwhile, not one comment acknowledged my wedding happening the same weekend. We didn't react. We kept planning our day. Our wedding was peaceful and beautiful. Clear sky, close friends, real laughter. Only one cousin from my side showed up. I didn't miss the rest of them. For the first time in years, I felt calm. Afterward, during our small honeymoon trip, I realized something. I had spent my whole life chasing approval from people who treated me like an afterthought. No milestone of mine had ever been enough. But Delaney could dye her hair, and it was a family celebration. When we got back, my mom sent a short email saying she wished things had gone differently and hoped we could talk. No apology, no accountability, just vague regret. Then my cousin Leo called. He told me he'd overheard Delaney bragging at a cough. She admitted the pregnancy was fake. There was no baby, no boyfriend. The hand in the photo was from a random image online. She fabricated everything to pull attention back to herself after I upstaged her by getting married. What hurt most wasn't that she lied. It was that my parents either knew or didn't care enough to question it. They threw her a shower. They ignored my wedding. They defended her fantasy over my real life. I drove to their house and confronted them. They didn't deny it. They didn't apologize. They just stood there like I was the one ruining something. A few weeks later, Delaney texted me casually, asking if Bianca was hiring at her firm. As if none of it had happened. As if faking a pregnancy and skipping my wedding were minor details. Bianca replied politely that they weren't hiring and that they preferred applicants who tell the truth. Shortly after, my mom emailed again, talking about starting fresh and mentioning that Delaney could use mentorship. That's when it finally clicked. They weren't trying to fix the relationship. They were circling back because they thought I had something to offer now. Access, opportunity, status. For the first time in my life, I wasn't trying to earn their approval. I didn't just marry someone who chose me without conditions. I finally chose myself.